Hello everyone, my name is Oblivia with you, and to do some more Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicles X, welcoming you to another base story mission. And Tatsu he's kind of fused with Lin now. Unfortunately, Lin has lost the ability to walk by herself, and Tatsu is not replacing her legs for the rest of eternity. Although this was an extremely horrible joke, today we are starting Chapter 5. Now there are some few rules that I want to apply before going into this. Of course, there are requirements as per usual, but there are also my own specific rules that I want to follow. Now, the first thing we're gonna go for the requirements. It's all the problems of Oblivia entrance. If you've done the enemy mission, which simply you need to gather the cruise deflector airs, you'll most likely put the data probe at the entrance of Oblivia in general, making it so much easier for you to fast travel, and just, you know, it's a simple requirement and you should have already done it anyway, so relatively easy. And of course the second one is completing the renewed will, which it might be the mission where you get the data probe at the entrance of Oblivia. Then again, I'm not sure. If that's just the case, then that's just convenient in general, and then you should have just done it to begin with. Now, of course, in restricting party members, we have Irina and Gwen. Now, you may be asking, well, it's because we're going to talk to them, duh! And we can be more than 4 at a time in a party member. And, of course, as per usual, my recommendation of the week for Chapter 5 is level 18. If you're anywhere between 18 and, if you want to be safe, 19, I'd say. I mean, you're in pretty good shape. I'm on the verge of being level 20, which makes this thing a little bit easier than it should have been. But we'll go in and you'll see how much I'll fuck it up. Anyway, let's get going. Chapter 5. Manon's Maneuvers.
What should I whip up today?
As someone who has not yet eaten and it's breakfast time, I'd say what sounds like real good. None of them are breakfast food, so that feels bad. You know what's good with morning, with, you know, being just goddamn, I've got to talk correctly. You know what's really good when you just wake up in the morning? You're damn right, wine. Let's go with it.
That is a great idea.
Lindley, what is Lindley making?
Beef braised in wine. Hey, Tatsu, why don't you relax and take a bath before dinner? Got one all ready for you.
Tatsu loves nice and hot bath before eating. Did Lindley use bath salts? Color and smell is lovely, just like it. Lindley, this is not bathtub. This is pot of boiling wine.
Little Spud's smarter than he looks. I suppose I'm just gonna have to use regular old beef instead.
Lindley is not funny. Lindley is not funny.
Okay, everyone, let's eat.
I can't get over your cooking, Lynn. That was delicious.
Thanks, Gwen. Glad you liked it. I hope it was enough. If I'd known we were expecting company, I definitely would have made more.
Yes. Then maybe Tatsu could eat full portion.
Sorry, pint size. What Gwyn lacks in stature, he more than makes up for with his monstrous appetite. He's kind of a pig.
Okay, first of all, I'm taller than you. And second, you just ate almost double what I did. Who's the pig here?
I'm assuming you didn't just come here to argue. What's going on?
So, we had this extermination order up around the northern coast. Some violent indigents that got a little too touchy-feely. Apparently banged up a few outfitters. Pretty standard stuff.
We're all prepped and about to head out, and then bam! Another job comes in from Commander Tanktop. I mean, I know we're the best and all, but seriously.
Sounds rough. Alright, you take the indigents and we'll take Vandom's job.
Thank you, Colonel. Let me walk you through the intel. These images I'm about to show you are from a probe in Oblivia.
Is that a ship of some sort? Can't really tell from that distance.
Yeah, it's hard to grasp the scale with such long-range images. Whatever it is, it's getting hammered.
Friends must do something to help poor ship. Tatsu will not stand for this injustice.
Says the one guy who never actually fights anything.
It's difficult to say for sure from this, but that craft on the right, I bet it's ganglion. It shares aspects of their mech design.
Our thoughts exactly. The assignment is to get there and confirm one way or another. We don't know who built the ship that's under attack, but as the commander so elegantly put it, our enemy's enemies might be our pals. I'm inclined to agree. If we're gonna settle here on Mira, we'll need all the friends we can get.
That's for sure. Alright, thanks for the info. We'll take it from here.
Thank you, Colonel.
Chapter 5. Summary. Investigate the unidentified xenoform spacecraft spotted in Oblivia and look for any other interesting objects. I just cannot talk. And we get a duplicated probe. That's an interesting reward, to say the least. And there we go. And now we're starting the mission. Also have to burp real fast. Sorry about that. It looks like our first order of the day is to get into Oblivia. Now, the reason they said, you know, get a probe at the entrance of Oblivia is quite simple, actually. We need to get to Oblivia first, so there you go.
Welcome to Sandy Bum Canyon.
AKA Oblivia?
Huh? Olivia? Friends really name it that?
You know I said Oblivia.
Lindley, listen to Tatsu. This place always have sandstorms. Sands get everywhere. Therefore, Sandy Bum Canyon. Nopon ancestors name it just fine ages ago. Or does Lindley think she better name her than native Mirin peoples?
What? No.
Good. Tatsu accept Lindley apology and forgive. This time.
Strange. There's nothing here. It was hard to tell the scale of it from the grainy images. But that ship should have at least been big enough to spot from here.
Yeah. Huh? Elma, look!
Another new Xeno species.
Hang on. Maybe I can pick up what they're saying.
Impossible! I'm telling you, just us is impossible, okay? Stop talking like that, would you? We have to do this, right? For everyone back on the ship. But how are we supposed to destroy the turrets? This place is likely crawling with ganglion, no?
So they're not ganglion, at least.
Yeah. It sounded like they're fighting against them to me.
Friends. Tatsu knows. Those are Manon. Manon appeared on Mira maybe year before Friends?
I know that sound. What is it, Elma?
Just Tatsu, the ganglion, and now these Manon. Don't you find it a little odd that we can understand these alien languages?
Good point.
I mean, technically speaking, I'll hypothesize.
Right? Must be something like that.
But we haven't been using our comm devices when we've been talking with Tatsu.
Well, Tatsu is fluent. More or less.
Tatsu, did you study our language?
Friends language?
What language are we speaking right now?
What language? Nopon, of course. Friends Nopon very good, by the way.
See? Xenoforms have different anatomy, physiology, different vocal setups in general. It seems likely they would struggle with our pronunciations. And yet here we are, conversing.
But if they can't even produce the sounds, this shouldn't be possible.
No, it shouldn't be. Unless our words aren't being perceived as sounds at all. Maybe our intent is getting across some other way. But how? Could it be something about this planet?
Someone sounds pretty intrigued, huh?
Well, what if it is some kind of new phenomenon? Aren't you curious to learn more?
Alright, now you're starting to sound just like Elle.
Okay already. Friends talk less, help Manon more. After all, Tatsu have reputation as hero pawn to uphold here.
Sure. Right after a quick snack.
I'm not sure how much we can help, but we should at least make contact. Agreed?
Elma makes a fantastic point that I think all science fiction movies and art medium in general should take notes on. There's one major problem in what she said, it's that plot thread is never resolved. It's just something that the game's like, yeah, that's strange. And it never talks about for the entirety of its runtime, which is such an interesting point for science fiction medium in general, but they decided, nah, we gotta chill. Anyway, now we're on our way to chapter 5. I want to take this time to tackle on Melania the Sound Sleeper. We haven't taken on Tyrant for quite a while, and this thing is just at the side of it. Now, when you first do the Affinity mission to get to Oblivia, you may have encountered it in general, but I don't recommend going after it. This thing can punch hard. It can punch you in the gut so fucking hard, and you need to be somewhat prepared and have a plan on taking this thing on. First thing I'm gonna do is... goddamn, okay, let's try this. Soul Hammer is not staggered. Oh, but he's stoppable! Oh, that's great, okay. Let's just Infuriate, Magnum Edge, that, okay. Is he... yes, he's on me, he's on me, he's on me. Rising Blade, okay, good amount of damage. Not as good as I want it to be, though. Oh, that could be bad. Oh, he's almost his half health. Now, there's a good thing about Melania, like I said, he can punch a pack, but he also has quite a little bit of health, which means he's not quite at Apricot level of Oscar, but he can definitely pack a punch, like I said, and you don't want to mess with him, because otherwise, you're gonna be in some trouble. We don't have morale, which could be bad, potentially. I do have a lot of TP, though, so if I need to go into defensive stance, then we'll be in trouble. There we go, now get some morale. Now we can do some real damage. Right. Tornado Blade. Anything that can help out the fight. Alright, let's Infuriate. Defensive stance. Even more morale. That Rising Blade's gonna hurt, buddy. It did not hurt as I wanted it to be. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Well, I can deal with that. Let's topple him. God, I should have toppled him. That would have hit so hard. Thankfully, he hasn't hit us while doing it, and there we go, we defeated him. So now all we gotta do is take care of the Bladas. Like I said, relatively easy fight if you are prepared for it, and if you have a ton of DPS. Then again, I have Elm on my team, making this a whole lot easier. Okay, I'm dead. Well, there were two though. I'll try harder tomorrow. Oh, that's such an interesting achievement. I got it in like 2 episodes ago. Yeah, when it was the time where I fucked up my record. Anyway, after taking care of Melania, is just... the man fucked me over with with that last one. 2 Vice Progan, I was not ready. They're level 21 and they have quite a bit of HP. Not something that I wanted to be able to take on as of now, but you know, sometimes you just deal with it. Take the punch from many other people. Anyway, we're really near our Manon. And not enemies, but encounter. I do have to say though, as much as I don't like Oblivia as a region that much, I do think it has some of the most beautiful landscape I've seen in the game. Well, well, in this game in particular. Not to say that it looks terrible in general, but not to say that the rest of the game doesn't look beautiful, but this is really something else. Like the sight of the ring alongside the moon, it's goddamn beautiful. Let's get to it. Mysterious Xenoform.
Hey, is everything alright?
Relax. Tatsu here to help.
No! More aliens! Yeah, look! They've got food, too! No pun takeout, yes?
Tatsu is not takeout or food. Humans are personnel to assist Tatsu.
Personnel?
No, Tatsu mean personnel favorites.
Then humans are friendly? Humans are not working with the ganglion?
Sorry for the scare. We're from a planet called Earth. The ganglion are enemies to us as well.
Enemies, you say? That means you're friends to the Manon, yes? We are Manon, you know. Ours is an advanced civilization. You can tell, right? The ganglion desire our technology. But Earth human heroes have come to save us, right? I'm right?
I hope so. Why don't one of you tell us what happened?
Ooh, okay. I got this one. Let me answer this one, okay? So this is where we are now, right? Our ship is hiding in that big crevasse, under the fog and stuff, you follow? But the ganglion have it surrounded with anti-aircraft turrets, you see?
Okay, so in other words, if we can destroy their weapons, your ship can escape.
Exactly. They have 3 turrets set up around the area. You see them now? We need you to destroy them all, okay? Please?
Got it. We don't want the ganglion controlling the airspace here any more than you do. We'd be happy to help out.
You mean it? You'll help us? Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you!
Alright, looks like we have some turrets to fight. Where is the first one? Oh, thankfully it's very near. So I'm just gonna fast travel to Aero Plain, which is a quite a useful landmark that we use for the Fog quest. Looks like I don't want to get noticed by Barnabas. That time's just... it's the worst. I don't like Barnabas. He's just a big fat Dumbo. My mom don't like him when I swear. That seems like a really weird way to... Oh, so you're that guy, right? Okay, I'm just gonna bypass you like that. And... looks like I'm doing fine. And looks like I'm in a bit of an encounter right here, which could be some problem. And there I go, I pass right by. And all of you guys are idiots. Dumbasses. Oh, looks like we have a cave here. Not gonna enter it. I feel like that's a trap. Just by plain intelligence, I'd say that's a trap. There's something over there. Where's the goddamn cannon? I passed right through it. I did. I did pass right through it. Well, hot damn, that's what happens when you're in it. Hey, I discovered an area! Diving to freedom. Wow, I didn't know that was an achievement. That's actually kind of fun. Okay. Well, you know what they say, discover something new every day. Or you'll die right into a giant canyon where you'll no longer be able to escape because you're a big idiot. That's what my mom would say. Or my father. I feel like that's something a dad would say. Is that a bit too dark for this Let's Play? I'd say it is for now. Anyway, while we're walking through Oblivia and finding the Ziggs, might as well talk about a few things that I feel are interesting, especially in this part of the game. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is something a bit, not controversial, but just... oh god, sorry about that. But just a bit, interesting. And I've already touched a bit on that, but that's the fact that the main character does not talk like your personal character. Not only is he, really does he act more as, is that what I think it is? Phone call! Oh, damn! It's been a long time! if you people are not aware, and by the way, I'm very sorry for the cat, I have a curse, if that's something I can say, on my channel, which is basically, I have a way to attract dumbass phone calls every single hour during my sessions. What was I talking about? Yes! Okay, so, as you know, by this point in the game, your character just does not talk. He's not a big talker. And in the story, he's not really what I would call a main character, more of a supporting one, which is by far one of the most disappointing things about this game. I'll say, I can point out some flaws in the game. I'm not this biased towards it. But like I said, he does not talk, so that doesn't evoke many emotion, and from a narrative standpoint, that negates the point of your protagonist by a long shot. Now, there are stories where, narratively speaking, a character can be a silent one and still have quite an important role. At this point in the game, though, it just feels...
Good to go. Let's move.
But in this game, it just feels wrong. Having a character that does not speak does not enhance the story by a lot, and in fact I think it diminishes the point of having a protagonist to begin with. Now I know what the game was going for, at least I think I know what it was trying to going for. Just basically having a character that you can portray yourself in without necessarily invading the main plot, just being a spectator of this world and seeing what happens between it. But at the same time, like I said, it diminishes the point of having a main character to begin with, and thus I think the fact that one is more of a supporting role, as we'll see in later mission. Like I said, we just help people that do shit. we're doing shit, but we're not doing the important shit that necessarily takes action to it. And two, he does not talk, diminishing a lot of the potential drama that can be unveiled throughout most cutscenes. That's something that we'll once again see in later missions, as I do not want to spoil them in general, but I feel like many scenes could have used of a much talkier, just gruntier character, just to evoke a lot more drama in between what's happening. That's not to say that doesn't work in certain scenarios, it does. But in most cases, it just feels awkward. And the weird thing is, if you notice when you do the customization of your character at the beginning screen, like in the beginning of the game, you have the options to choose a custom voice. And if you're a first time player like myself and be like, oh, that's cool, so they give you basically, they give you something to choose from, you know, they give you a voice to choose through narration, or maybe give you different dialogue boxes because you chose a different type of voice, or maybe something along these lines, giving a set personality. That's not the case. The weird thing is, your character talks, but only in battle, not in cutscene. And like I said, that diminishes a lot of points that the game was potentially going for in terms of drama. You will intentionally give the character a voice, but he can't speak for himself. See what I mean? That's just weird design-wise. I don't think that's a terrible choice. It's definitely passable. It's just weird. I'm not sure what the game was trying to go for, but you know, you do what you gotta do. This rate of Pugolith may be a problem. I love, by the way, how there's just a... I love how there's a Pugolith at the top of this machine. If you don't know, the head of Pugolith have Pudges on top of him. And it is just a really cool detail just to show you the technology of the game. I also love, that's a very small thing, but I love how tech in this game feels separate. It feels distinct. And I am in big doodly doo. Is that rated Pug? Oh, fuck, you noticed me. Okay, might as well go into battle. Okay, so I skipped the battle. Barely alive. I lost a ton of TP doing it. Not my favorite thing in the world, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what they say. Oh, god damn it. I hate these Pudges. I also hate Rated Pugolith. I think he's one hell of a son of a bitch who won't let go of his past. because he's too afraid of what he could possibly do to his comrades. But yeah, like I was talking before, it diminishes, I just wish the character had a voice in the cutscene, especially because in-game cutscenes, you have choices, and these choices, mostly in the game, for most of the game, just do not have any impact of the story whatsoever. And the fact that if it had a voice, these choices could be much more impactful, it's just weird in my book. And I don't know why they didn't went for this. Once again, I'll stop talking about this because this is not a topic that I like to talk about, since it is kind of a negative one, and we're just kind of going along here, laying around Oblivia, hoping for the best and not to die through a horrible death, and let's just make things a little bit easier on ourselves. There's oh no, I'm gonna get this probe. I'm gonna get this data probe. I don't want to miss any of it. By the way, now that I'm finished talking about such a ridiculous factor, let's talk about something else, something that's not really that interesting. But then again, it is necessary for you to perfectly understand the concept of what I'm about to talk. Haha! Also, when I'm done finding the probe warrior. Okay, there we go. Maybe I could talk about something nowadays. That'd be fantastic. Okay, so what I was going to talk about is simply information through bubble text. Now, if you remember, well, not if you remember, if you do remember, that'd be kind of weird. Anyway, sometimes you have something that is called segment recon. And like I said at the beginning of Let's Play, I'm going for 100% segment recon. Now, of course, you have your map that can potentially help you, but of course that it can only make you go so far in terms of 100% in the game. However, there's a very important tip and trick that the game can potentially give you, making it a bit of an easier thing. And by the way, fuck you, bro. Hey, so everyone, I'd like to apologize for the following cut. I do understand that it is fairly weird, but I do have somewhat of an explanation for it. This is essentially a separate session. I was cut short of the last 30 minutes, so I'm a bit rusty about what's happening right now. I also have another story. So I was doing this thing, and then suddenly people were like, no, you shut up and, you know, just go and end your session. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. So I do that, and it's like several days later, and I opened up my file, and I thought that the game saved, because I thought that I went to the save feature, and it didn't. So I essentially lost the progress of the 2 last episodes. Yes, you heard me, the 2 last episodes. So I had to play that last hour, maybe more, back to back, and thank God I don't have to listen to any cutscenes, because my god, I didn't mean to do that, and I'm already in trouble. Okay, so that was fairly easy. So yeah, how about that for an interesting fuck me? Okay, so how about that for an interesting story? I had to replay an entire hour, including off-screen training that I do, or just off-screen things in general, and just to make sure we're on the same position. Oh boy, not that I'm not a fan, I'm just really not that big of a fan, and please don't get in that way of that Pugolith, because you might be in trouble. Where did the follow ball go? Hey, I actually used the follow ball technique, which nobody does. And let's run like hell, because this thing is gonna be bothersome. Oh god. Please don't kill me. Please don't. God, what? What happened? What? I was dying and then I was not? And then I guess I ran away too far and then it registered my death, but was like, fuck it, we'll let him live this time. Yeah, be careful around Massa Fortress, I believe that's what it's called. It's just, there's a lot of very indigenous life forms, I'll just say that much. Pugolith are gonna be the end of you. Pudges in prone here aren't too bad of a deal. Like I said, my recommend level is... So like I was saying, Wait, what was I saying? Yes, recommended level. Although my recommended level, I still hold my ground, saying that this is like maybe the level 3 archaeological. No, it's not level 3 archaeological. I still recommend you to be level, I want to say 17 or 18, maybe 18 if you just want to be sure while going to this chapter. But then again, it's not that big of a deal. Anyway, let's just try to not get that punch over here. So let's target targeter Zig, so we can deal with this. By the way, I am very apologize for the fact that this episode is taking longer. I just want to get some narrative done here. We haven't done much in terms of this episode, and just exploring a region is not enough in my mind. So let's do some actual work, wouldn't you say? Okay, so let's just build up. Yeah, second tier's done. So let's attract aggro, offensive stance, magnum edge, let's lower that. Then it's targeting on me. Rising blade didn't do any damage. Oh god, what is this bullcrap? 150? What the hell is this? Why am I dealing no damage? Oh, it probably has like a buttload of physical resistance. Yeah, it would make sense. This thing is made out of metal. Okay, what the hell? 1,000? Okay, maybe that was an error on the game's part? How the hell could I have done more 180 damage and then suddenly go through 1,000 without any additional bonuses? That's just weird, man. Alright, let's lower physical resistances. I felt my soul heal. That may just fucked me in the butt. Okay, at least we took care of it. Oh god, this thing could have been very bad.
Number 2 goes boom!
Just one more left.
Once again, I do have to apologize for the length of this particular episode, but I do have to take care of this. Otherwise, I'm just gonna never finish this episode in general. And like I said, I want every and each episode to have a narrative, not build up, but just a narration built through it, so it doesn't feel empty and you don't come here for absolutely nothing. So some episodes are 40 minutes long and others are 35. Seriously, this is something that honestly is a big flaw in my Let's Play, and I do apologize for it. The length of these episodes are fairly long, but trust me on this, I'm gonna kill this guy. Okay, I killed the guy. You know, I have this unfortunate addiction of losing my entire mind for 30 seconds and completely lose any and all logic of what I was saying. At least I get the alien container. Yeah, so I do apologize for the length of some of these episodes, especially during the last batch of, I want to say 5 or 6 episodes. There's just... I am horrible when it comes to planning length of a particular series and others of the kind, so... Once again, I do apologize. It's not something that's supposed to be this way. I'm just trying my best to make it as solid of a series as I can, and planning just... Sometimes I just go over by a lot, so episodes end up being 30 to 40 minutes long, although they should be more like 25 or 20. So, I really don't want to take too much of you guys' time. I do respect that you have things to do. That's just how life is. I'm gonna, god damn it, the site, they have some 360 points of view vision, 2020 vision, if I were to say. Alright, that was exhausting. No, that wasn't exhausting. This is just an annoyance. This place, you're gonna get caught a lot for the dumbest reasons sometimes. There's tons of guards everywhere, it's kind of annoying, and you gotta fight this Pugolith. This level 22 Pugolith, you gotta fight it, man. You just have to fight it. For whatever reason, the game's like, no, dude, you totally gotta fight this thing. Alright, let me just check on my equipment real quick. Okay, I'm good here. I was just checking real quick, seeing what I can potentially do. Now, here's a quick tip. Take care of these pudges in prone real quick, because that Pugolith, if it sees you, just run like hell, because you're not gonna fight this thing head on, especially if you are at the recommended level. You have to fight these things individually, because if you don't, you will be in some dooley trouble, and it looks like the Puglet saw me. You know what? Let's just try to fight off. Not like I can't do it. Alright. Let's try the defensive stance. Okay. We're doing good, we're doing good. Alright, on the Puglet now. It's probably on me, so... It wasn't on me. Shoot! I lost a potential ton amount of damage on that. Okay, at least we'll focus on that one thing, so... It'd be centered on the one thing. Alright, let's start the physical res down. Thank God. Maybe I have an opening now? Is it on me? It's not even on me. Oh crap, that is bad. I am playing horribly now. At least I'm doing good. I'm not dying quite yet, so the Puglet isn't wrecking my absolute shit. Although it does have parts that can potentially be very, very, very harmful. Okay, let's do them one at a time. Let's subtract the aggro. Make sure everything is on me. Defensive stance, so I don't lose that much health. Supercharge ourselves, so we may have a chance. Oh god, I hate this. I hate this particular corner of the map because I know it's very, very, very difficult to pass through. Outfitter supporter, you know a lot. Did I get help here? Did I defeat the Puglet? No, it's still up. God damn it. Alright, you know what? Let's just change target for prone. That thing is gonna be a hell of an annoyance if I don't deal with him now. I still have my defensive stance on, which is excellent. Okay. I think he's on me now. Let's see. It's not that much damage. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna speed this up because this is taking far too long. Oh god damn it! Did I do it? Did I? Is he still alive? Thank God he's not alive. Oh god, that was one hell of a fight. I somehow survived this onslaught, which, you know what? I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna be grateful that I did that so easily. I'm usually not that. God damn it. Okay, that took quite a while. At least I get to get the. Okay, thank God I have enough of mechanical skill for that. I thought it was maybe archaeological, which I might have been screwed over. That's a lot of credits. And thankfully, we can now take on the final targeter, Sid. Zig, not Sig. And I've battled a lot today. I may be very tired afterwards, but at least I'm gonna do it. So let's go on ahead. That thing is staggered already. Immune to topple. Just great. Just, you know, fantastic. Turn of events. Let's Rising Blade. Just have some affinity growing. Anything that can grow affinity between all party members is very welcome. Already? Jesus Christ. Again, Elma? Jesus Christ, you're on with the offensive odds. Then again, I give you a very, very aggressive set of odds to begin with. I have nothing to worry about this fight. I fought a level 22 Puglet alongside 2 other Monarchs to fight along. I think we're prone though, so I really shouldn't shot myself too hard in the foot. That happens quite a lot. I feel like it would be even more effective as Elma, but you know what? I'm gonna restrain myself just a little bit. I guess that that weaponry I gave her was just so much more useful now because my God, she's just skating around the enemy like I don't have no good analogy for this, but there we go. We're done with all the zigs.
Right, that's the third one. That should be all of them.
The Manon will be thrilled. Let's head back and meet up with them. Huh. No sign of the Manon anywhere. Where would they go?
Maybe back to their ship?
Friends, look! Over there! Boom booms!
Let's check it out.